coming to Puerto Rico and you want to know what not to do while you're here, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you 7 mistakes you should avoid while here in Puerto Rico. So let's get started. So the first one is swimming or getting in the water when there are red flags at the beach. Now, red flag basically means that they are expecting dangerous rip currents, so they don't advise that you get in. It's like red flags, like, you know, in a relationship you see red flags. There's a good reference right there so you can remember. And most beaches here don't have lifeguards, so have that in mind as well. So even if you know how to swim, if you think you can outswim the rip currents, you are wrong, because these rip currents are so dangerous and they basically suck you in. I see it in the news all the time of tourists getting rescued or drowning, and it's so sad. Can you imagine them calling your mom or your dad like you drowned during your vacation in Puerto Rico? That is just horrible. And at night, try not to get in the water unless the beaches are very calm. For example, Buye in Cabo Rojo, that water is super calm, flat. The water barely moves. So those are pretty safe. But the beaches like on the north side, like Isla Verde, Condado Beach, Ocean Park, don't mess with them because they're usually like rough. So at night, not a good idea. The number 2 is leaving your personal belongings visible in your car or car rental. Listen, there are thieves everywhere in the world and Puerto Rico is no exception. You might be on vacation, but the thieves are not. Tourists leave things in their car and thieves know that. Just don't leave your luggage, dollars thrown in the car visible. Keep everything in the trunk or at the Airbnb, at the hotel. Just don't leave it visible. I have heard of tourists being affected by this, where they come back to the car and all their stuff is gone. You don't want that to happen to you. Some of them leave their car unlocked, which that's another no-no. So make sure to lock your car and don't leave anything visible. And I don't want to scare you, but there might be carjackings too, so just lock your doors. The next one is when leaving Puerto Rico, you cannot take certain foods with you to the airport. So a lot of Puerto Ricans from the mainland come to Puerto Rico and then they go to the airport with the Chinese food from here. I don't know, it's a thing where you take the Chinese rice with you. And the problem with that is that it usually has pork. So pork is the problem. So the pork that is not in its original packaging, they're not gonna let it pass. So unless the rice is vegetarian, and even then someone can take it away from you. Things like empanadillas, empanadas, or pastelillos, however you want to call it, because it has so many names, they don't know what it has inside. It can be of pizza, it can be of anything, but they don't know if it's pork or if it's pizza. They're gonna confiscate it. Just like pasteles. For the holidays, a lot of people like to travel with the pasteles. The people at the airport don't know what it has inside. It could be chicken. So if your grandma made you pasteles, empanadillas, they're gonna take it away, so don't take it with you. And have you ever wondered why they confiscate mangoes at the airport? So basically, you cannot take any tropical exotic fruits to the mainland. And this is to protect the crops in the United States. Some of the tropical fruits like guava, starfruit, soursop, mango, those fruits can have the Caribbean fruit fly. And this Caribbean fruit fly, if it's introduced to the mainland, it can destroy crops over there. They're gonna reproduce and it's just gonna be a whole big nightmare, and it could affect the agriculture over there very badly. So they're trying to avoid all this. So that's why they take away the mangoes from you at the airport. Next one is avoid going to remote, secluded, solitary places by yourself. You don't know how many people have gotten lost in the wilderness, hurt, rescued, and have even died. So this is something to take seriously, and just make sure you do your research on this place before your trip, just so you know what to expect from this place, and just try not to go by yourself. The next one is avoid being a troublemaker or a bad drunk, because to tell you the truth, a lot of people here have a short fuse. So you don't want to start any troubles here, and it's not going to go well for anyone. And to tell you the truth, a lot of people are packing heat, if you know what I mean. Like the most unexpected person is carrying a weapon here. So if somebody starts trouble with you, just be the bigger person and walk away. And while you walk away, just make sure to watch your back just in case. The next thing you should avoid are rivers, waterfalls, or any bodies of water when it has rained a lot or is going to rain a lot while you're there. In a previous video, I had mentioned this point, and some people in the comments were asking me why. Like why they can't go when it rains or it had rained a lot or there's a flash flood. flood. So I'm gonna explain it here a little bit. Floods are very unpredictable, and when it rains a lot, the rivers and the waterfalls can overflow with water, and this water can gain force and speed and drag you. And while it drags you, it hurts you with rocks, dirt, branches, trees, anything that's in the way. And you can drown too. So this is very dangerous. Just the other day, I saw on the news about this tourist that drowned in Gozalandia. Gozalandia is a waterfall in San Sebastian that I have filmed there. I have been there, and it's crazy to think that that could have been me or anybody. So just make sure you do your research. Make sure you wear the proper attire, proper shoes. You take what you need to take. Just be ready for anything. Just do your research and don't go by yourself. The last one is don't talk bad about us thinking we don't understand English, because some of us are fluent like me and I understand everything that you're saying. Others have basic English knowledge that they can understand a lot of things that you're saying, and even if they can't speak it, they can understand it because it's a little bit easier to understand than speaking it. So either way, chances are that we can understand you. So don't talk crap about us, at least to our face. If you enjoyed this video, I have a similar video you can check out right here. And if you want to add any points to this video, you could comment below and let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.